Might be sitting on your neck.
All right. Couple more people. Look what's in there. So much better.
Don't get off.
Share it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey y'all, what's going
Hello.
on?
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing? We're waiting for a few more other people to come in. So y'all, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us tonight. This one right here gonna be so good. So good. So good. We got us a special guest in the building.
Special guest in the building.
In the building.
No special.
You are. You are. You are.
Everyone is special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As long as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. I see we have somebody else that just tuned in. Welcome to our mental health episode on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We are so excited. We're going to get started in a couple more seconds. We're going to just give everybody just a little bit more time. I know people probably trying to get out of work or whatever, but we're about to get started in just a second. Go ahead and get you something to drink. Get you a little snack.
Little water, like H2O.
Little fruit.
Yeah, little shot cute if you need to.
If you will.
I love those.
Oh yeah, those are really good.
Right.
Like
let us know if you can hear us so
Yep.
that we can do what we need to do on our end, but I'm sure you can, but just to be
on the safe side. Put it in the chat if you guys can hear
us. Rachel say hey. Hey Rachel.
Hey Rachel. Hey cuz.
How you doing tonight?
Twin.
What have you?
Uh-oh. Wait. Wait.
Y'all, this is gonna be so good.
Okay.
Okay, great. You can hear this. Okay. Gonna give it probably like
2 minutes.
We're gonna give it about 2 more minutes and then we're gonna get started. If you coming in, feel free to let us know where you're coming in from, where you're checking in from, what city, what state, or the state that you're in. So we'll know where you're tuning in from.
Where you stay locked in at.
Locked in. Listen,
you know what?
We didn't a disclaimer. So we're gonna have to give y'all a disclaimer because y'all know on this podcast
we love to have fun.
We gonna have fun. We gonna laugh. Gonna have a good time.
Good time.
That we're gonna do. But
y'all know we could be serious, but we can't be serious.
Right.
So if you know us, you know.
You've been here long enough.
Yeah, you know.
You know, and if you haven't been here, you're just now joining us. Welcome. Okay. But as a disclaimer, we like to have a good time. We like to sing,
Cut up
cut
is
up.
what we call it.
But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We got one more minute.
One.
One more minute, and we're going to get started. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. We had a great day.
Hopefully, y'all had a good spring break. For the
Yes.
people who had spring break this past week, I know
Yes.
mine was good.
Yes, definitely had a great spring break. Did you have a good spring break?
Do you have
Do you
spring
have spring
break?
break?
No,
Oh,
I had to
Oh.
work.
so sad. It's okay. But you
It
did
was
you
very
at least,
soft.
very sad. Did you at least enjoy your weekend?
My weekend was busy.
Busy.
But
Booked
busy
and
is
busy.
good.
Busy.
Booked
Y'all better
and
get out.
busy.
And was.
Uh-huh.
It was.
Booked and busy.
And busy.
All right.
I'm very fortunate.
All right.
Right. So we can read it.
Do our official.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right.
What's up, y'all?
Y'all. Okay. We sitting a bit close today. So
I know, right? It was the echo.
It was an echo though. Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Brittany,
And this your girl Bree.
and this is Listen Sis, your favorite podcast.
All right, tonight, y'all, we have a special episode. Simply because we have this beautiful face over here to the left. This is our sister, Miss Anntoinette Briley, and we are so excited to have her here with us today to talk about this special topic.
Yes.
Y'all, this topic is one of the ones that we constantly deal with every day. The topic that people is pretty much scared to talk about. You know, they don't know how to release, open up, be able to allow their brain to breathe. Because of the constant thoughts that's going on in your head. I know I'm an overthinker. Not anymore.
So am I.
Not anymore. But it's not as bad as what it used to be. So I know my brain is like it never sleeps. When I'm sleeping, I'm thinking. When I'm thinking, I'm thinking. Everything. So it's just a lot.
Yeah.
But we're just so excited to
to
have her here because she knows her stuff.
Yes.
She know what she's talking about.
Yes.
And she get ready to drop some gems and nuggets for us, all of us on tonight.
She getting ready to bless.
Bless
She's
our
about
souls.
to bless our soul, y'all. And I'm a read just a quick bio on Miss Anntoinette Briley. She is a native of the 229, Albany, Georgia.
Okay.
Now, currently, she resides in Columbus, Georgia. She attended Troy State University in Phoenix City, Alabama, and obtains a master's in counseling and psychology. Her educational journey began at Georgia Southwestern State University in Americus, Georgia, where she acquired a bachelor's of science degree in psychology. Anntoinette is a licensed professional counselor, national certified counselor, a juvenile sex offender certified counselor, certified
Oh,
certified meditation coach, certified mindfulness coach, a consultant, a motivational speaker, a published author of 2022. Welcome to the owner of Welcome to Rebuilding LLC.
All right.
She is an active member of the Licensed Professional Counselor Association and a national board of certification counselor. Anntoinette serves, y'all, the community in various she serves down, okay? She serves down. She is a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, where she serves on 2 committees, scholarship and physical and mental health. She is an executive board member of Southwest Georgia Housing Opportunities and a charter member of the Therapist Adversity. Y'all can't.
All right, man. Don't worry, get caught up.
You got it.
Therapist Advisory Council. I'm sorry, y'all. Partner with Rula. Okay. Anntoinette believes that her assignment is to ignite the essence of an individual while utilizing professional and personal skills to assist others in her personal growth journey of rebuilding themselves. Without further ado, y'all, let us introduce Miss Anntoinette Briley.
Hello.
So excited, sis. We are so grateful that you are being here with us today. We appreciate your, taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. It truly means a lot. Booked and busy.
Then I am humble.
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes.
well, we finna go ahead and jump right on in because we already know we like to talk and we getting rumbling and bumping. So we're gonna jump right on in with our first question. So I think the people, we would like to know, what is mental health and why is it important to us? So what would you consider mental health to be?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to give out these big old words because I hate when people do that, because when people approach me in that manner, it makes me feel like I'm a less than. So I'm not going to use that. So what mental health is, it's how you feel, how you think, and how you behave. Plain and simple. How you feel, how you think, and how you behave, which includes how you cope with your daily life. It also includes how you make decisions, meaning problem solve. It also deals with life challenges. And an example of a life challenge can be a grief or a loss. Someone that you're close to has passed away, or it could be your pet that's at home, that's a part of the family. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a grief or a loss that someone is actually away from the earth. It could be that you've been furloughed, or that you've been lost your job and now you're unemployed. Those are also life challenges. So it deals with the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you behave. So your other question to me was,
why is it important?
Why is it important?
It's important because of your overall health, your overall well-being. And, that deals with your quality of life, how you see yourself and how you see the world around you, how you're impacted by it, meaning what are your reactive behaviors going to be because of it, or how you're going to respond to yourself too, because sometimes we don't think about how mental health actually affects us personally, but it also affects others outwardly. And oftentimes we neglect self because we're so involved in making sure everybody else's quality of life is maintained instead of our own. The second thing is physical health. Physical health and mental health go hand in hand. But yes, I'm a hand person. So without that being said, a lot of people don't incorporate both to be the same. But if your mental health is not together, your physical health will definitely be affected. That leads to cardiovascular issues. That leads to migraines and headaches. Your physical being will be affected in conjunction with your mental. The third reason why it's important is because of what we have here is a bond, is a relationship, is a connection. So relationships is the third thing, is the reason why it's vital and it's important, because it deals with your connection, how you're able to relate to others. Some people actually struggle with communication. They don't know how to articulate their wants, their needs, or their desires. So with that being said, a part of this process is maintaining healthy relationships also.
And you know what? Sometimes we don't even know how, with our mental health and how it's affecting us, how that's affecting other people.
Right.
Like we don't even think about that. So when you said that struck a nerve with me. I'm like, dang, that is true. Like the way that we are handling our own mental state, it is affecting other people. And that could cause them to lay on their mental.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
Because we often don't realize how, whether you want to be in the limelight or not, someone's watching it.
All the time.
And it's not necessarily that we're governing and living our life, having this quality of life based upon what somebody else's projections may be of our choices and decisions, but other people are watching how we flow, how we move, how we navigate through those life challenges and choices and decisions that we have to make.
Yeah, they saying how you are reacting to it. And that can be, something that they take in, like, oh, well, maybe I need to react in that certain type of way.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, next question, sis. What are the signs and or symptoms of mental illness surrounding depression and anxiety?
Lordy.
And those are two top tiers.
Yes,
because those are very visible and accessible, other than schizophrenia and bipolar and the other ones that are down the line who are more severe. So the first thing I need to say is that mental health affects everybody differently. So there's no carbon copy of how an individual should act. Yes, the textbook tells you certain things, but if it's not affecting you personally, meaning we all have different chemical imbalances.
Mhm.
So how I may respond to depression could be that I draw inward. Okay. She may be outward
Mhm.
and have to be around people and need that connection, that bond with others, when in turn I'm like to recluse.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Oh,
be
yeah.
talked to. I don't want to answer any questions. I don't want to see anyone. So that's the
Mhm.
first thing I need you guys to understand, is that mental illness can appear up in anybody at any given point in time in your life. It's not a timetable for it.
Mm-mm.
And that it is real.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first thing about that is depression and anxiety are the basic two common ones, which is what I
Yeah.
said earlier. And they do affect your overall well-being. But with that being said, they can coexist.
Mm.
They can occur. I'm like you.
It's all right.
Tongue-tied.
Sometimes it's all right.
That can be an occurrence where they cross over. Meaning some of the same symptoms that you have in depression can be the same symptoms you have in anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just word it differently, and they may have different meanings at that time.
Mhm.
So without further ado, the signs and symptoms of depressions or depressions, because people play on the word signs and they play on the word symptoms. So it's whichever term that you're comfortable with using. So the first thing for depression is persistence of sadness. Persistent sadness means elongated, extended period of time. And you just feel like there's a sense of hopelessness, sense of worthlessness. You're feeling helpless, don't feel like you can move forward. There's a sense of emptiness that goes along with this process as well. So that's also one. The second one is a loss of pleasure. When I say loss of pleasure, I'm not talking about sex.
Right.
I'm talking about activities. I'm talking about, like, say, for example, if I was an individual that liked to hike on Sundays, early Sunday mornings, I would like to go hike up in Pine Mountain, Georgia. Well, all of a sudden, and all my people know who are close to me, that on Sundays at 8:00, Antoinette is going to be hiking.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
Up that trail.
Correct. But for the past 2 months, Antoinette has been in her bed.
Something is wrong.
So that's a lack or decrease of pleasurable activity, because something's not right.
Something's
Correct. Something's not right if I'm not hiking, because everybody knows this is what I do.
Mhm.
So the next thing is sleep disturbances. Now, some of us do have issues where it's difficulty to fall asleep, difficulty to stay. And sometimes we say sleep disturbances. That means you go, you wake up, you go, you wake up, and then finally you just wake up and you can't go back to sleep. Well, those particular sleep disturbances that I'm talking about is when you're having insomnia or hypersomnia. That's when you have excessive need for sleep. You can't get enough rest and you're constantly sleeping 10 to 12 hours long. That can also be a little hint for depression.
Yeah.
Another one is feeling worthless and guilt, which is
Yeah.
what I mentioned earlier about worthlessness. But guilt is also a part of that, which is self-blame. You're blaming yourself for something that has happened in the past, or past events, or past behaviors. Difficulty concentrating and making decisions. Sometimes that can fall into, even though we're not talking about this, but ADHD, because oftentimes when you're hyperactive and you have so many things going on at one time, it's difficult to focus and pay attention. When you're depressed, it's to a whole nother level. It's like, I know I have tasks and activities that I need to do, but do I have the energy to do it?
Yeah.
So even though I know it needs to be done, I'll push it to the back and I'll work on that later. I just can't right now. I can't even focus. Meaning, I've started washing dishes. I've put a load of clothes in. Now I'm making up the bed. And none of these activities have been completed.
Yeah.
Everything going unchecked.
Right.
Correct. The next one is physical symptoms. And that's when I was talking about earlier, where you can have cardiovascular issues. But not only that, you can have digestive issues. You can have nausea. You can have stomach cramps. You can also, when I say nausea, I hold myself accountable. But this one falls for me up under being stressed. Is because I will produce excessive amount of acid in my stomach when I get nauseous. And I know it's because I'm stressed. And I found that out from a job some years ago. So yes, I left.
I'm glad
You found your peace.
Indeed.
Found
Indeed.
Mhm.
And the other one is suicidal thoughts
Mhm.
or self-harming.
Yeah.
So that's when it's really on the brink.
Yeah.
And you really need to try to reach out to someone. If you're not strong enough to call the 9888 number to get help, then you reach out to somebody that you identify as a safe person, and maybe
Yeah.
they can make the
Yes.
call for you or come sit
Mhm.
with you and
Yes.
be there for you to comfort you and console you while you go through that process.
Talked about that, y'all. I'm trying to tell
You got to have
being a professional,
listen,
but
listen, that
the
partnership.
Partnerships.
It's important.
just like we were saying, you know how it's good to, when you're going through stuff, have somebody to know
To
something.
know
They don't have to
what's
know
going
all
on.
your business, but let them know something so that they can know when something is not right.
Oh, yeah.
Because I promise you, if I'm not talking to sis,
Mhm.
if it's 2 days,
Oh, yeah.
it could be some hours.
It's a wellness
and
check for
and
me.
she gonna say,
Yeah.
"Hey, sis, you good? Hello." She
I'm
pulling up.
I'm
at
doing
the
a
house.
I'm doing a wellness
She
check.
pulling up at the house.
I'm coming to do a
I'm telling
wellness
you.
check to make sure everything is good.
Yes.
Yeah, but see, that's when you have those relationships and you know your people
Yes.
and know when
Right.
something is off, so that you
Yes.
can have your eyes on them
Correct.
and be
Mhm.
able to catch them before it's too late. Because sometimes it's
Sometimes
too late.
It's too late. You're
Yeah,
right.
and you can't go off what you see.
Right.
The
Right.
physical,
You can mask it.
you can
Yeah.
mask that because it's on the inside. You
Inside,
can't see
yeah.
what people are dealing with internally.
Mhm.
They may not show it externally.
Because we had a lot of stuff behind a smile. We
Ooh,
had a lot of
yes.
stuff around being
Yes.
surrounded by people. Because sometimes we don't want to deal with our own situations
Right.
independently.
Mhm.
So we try to surround ourselves so that we don't have to deal with those issues.
Or we try to self-medicate.
Yes.
Yeah.
We try to self-medicate
Mhm.
ourselves with those things.
And what could that be?
It could be drugs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It can be alcohol.
Mhm.
It could be sex.
It can be
Yep.
sex.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so trying to self-medicate that.
Because you thinking people gonna think you crazy.
Exactly.
Right.
When you open up and expressing the things that you're going
Absolutely.
through, but you're not crazy.
So you want
Yeah.
to know what that's really called?
What is it really called?
Functional depression.
Functional depression. Yeah,
Mm.
that's listen.
You can navigate through your life,
My
and nobody will ever know.
God.
See?
Cause you just functioning.
Going.
That's your normal.
Mhm. It's become
Yeah,
your
man.
norm.
My
Listen,
God.
Until you crash.
Yes. Yes. And when you hit hard.
Hit
My
rock bottom.
God.
Oh,
My God.
Lord.
Y'all.
This is good.
This is good,
Like,
y'all.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm gonna go on through
Go
anxiety.
on,
'cause
go
I
ahead,
don't
go
want to
ahead.
drag and be out.
No, go on.
So for anxiety, the co-occurrences
Mhm.
is the restlessness and the fatigue again.
Mhm.
That's you being on edge. And then also the difficulty with concentrating goes with anxiety as well,
Mhm.
as well as the sleep disturbances. Now, what's not mentioned is the level of irritability. They easily agitated over minor things, small things. It could be the wind blew and you just like, oh,
Jesus.
because the wind blew, but the wind blows. So,
Yeah.
because there are other things going on underneath there that you're not addressing.
Listen.
Oh, that's so
You
good.
up here covering it. You
It's-
just keep
It's
covering
the stuff that you
Yeah.
keep sweeping up underneath
Yeah.
that rug
Mhm.
that you don't want to touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is the way I describe it to my client base. It's kind of like, when you get a scratch
Yep.
and you had a wound. And with that wound, we try to put the ointment, we clean it, we put the ointment
My
on,
God.
and we put the
See, I'm
Band-Aid
gonna
on,
run.
right? So when we put the Band-Aid on, sometimes we forget to take it off so it can breathe,
Listen, we
right?
I'm finna
listen.
run.
It's not gonna heal
Antoinette.
if the
push out this
Band-Aid
we getting closer and
stay
closer.
on.
Oh my God.
Please share.
Oh my God.
No, because
We-
we've already
Already
talked about
this
bandages and covering.
bandages and scars.
Really?
Yes. Oh my.
I'm telling-
Continue.
Listen, keep
Yes.
going.
Continue.
Okay.
We just getting
That-
excited. I'm
this-
getting hot.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Just all this fire.
Yeah.
And the other one is excessive worry.
Mhm.
If you mentioned earlier about being a thinker, you overprocess.
Mhm.
When you're analytical and you overprocess and you're a thinker, yes, it's very difficult for your mind to rest because it's not that it's being unproductive, it's overly productive.
Oh.
So with that being said, the excessive worry comes in because now I'm finna second guess every single thought that's coming into my head. I'm going to dissect every single thought.
Oh.
I'm going to find solutions for every single thought, 4 and 5 different solutions for every single thought. There's no way your body can rest.
Before it even
Yes,
happened,
it
you
hasn't even
already
manifested.
think about a plan C, Q,
Correct.
R, C, and V.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Lord.
That was great, guys.
Oh my God. Y'all, if this is blessing anybody, y'all please just say it's blessing me right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Great.
Right now.
Right. All right. Next question. So, what treatments are available, and how does stress affect us mentally and physically?
The treatments that are available is quite a few. Of course, even though this cannot be, it is. This can actually be considered a form of group therapy. Okay. So individual one-on-one, which is called psychotherapy or individual counseling, that is a form of treatment.
Okay.
A lot of people combine that with medications. So psychotropic medications can be another form of treatment. And normally it's paired with your counseling, your individual counseling. There is group therapy, like I mentioned earlier, and normally groups can be open or they can be closed. Closed groups meaning this is a certain amount of people, is these same individuals that we're going to see every other week or once a week at this day and this time. If it's an open group, that means the three of us are regulars, but you guys can come in at any meeting you want to at any given point in time. That can be group therapy. Another one is self-help strategies like journaling. And some people, when they hear that word, they're like, oh my gosh. Well, that doesn't mean all the time you have to journal your feelings and your thoughts. It could become your own little diary. It could become your own little short stories. You could actually, I've had some people in the past who turned theirs into comic scripts. So that can be a form of journaling. Also, another one could be another form of creativity during that time for self-help can be writing. And writing can be short stories, it can be poetry, it can be inspirational phrases, it could be it could be drawing, it could be painting. You can even say coloring. I love the color. Color is a wonderful stress reliever. I don't have to think. Yeah, I don't have to think.
Give me a good old coloring book.
Yes. So another form of self-help can be mindfulness. And if they allow me to return, I can do that later.
Of course.
Mindfulness deals with being in the present moment, being in the here and now, addressing what's happening now, not what happened in the past, not what's coming in the future, but what am I dealing with right now so that I don't overly stress myself out and worry myself. Another one can be alternative therapy. I mean, I use this one quite a bit. Massage therapy is an alternative therapy. Acupuncture is an alternative therapy. Getting your manicures and pedicures is alternative therapy. Just going to sit in the chair and let somebody touch my hair is alternative therapy. Yes.
Just massaging the scalp.
So those are other forms. And the final one is hospitalizations or residential treatments. That goes inside with when I was talking about self-harming and suicide. And I've worked in those settings as well. So those are something serious.
I know that was something to see. I don't know if I could take that because
it takes special
people,
caring people to do this line of work.
I love it.
You have to live, because I mean that seem draining. You know how we talked about how certain things, you know, people are pouring on you, you know, as their as a counselor, they're pouring on you, but you also have your own things that you're dealing with. So what are some things that you like to do to help you when you've had one of those to stay afloat, and or when you've had one of those days where you just may feel like your energy is just drained?
Yes. I love my massages. My massages are once a month. That's my treat to myself. And what I do, I make it a self-care day.
Oh yeah.
So
that's always good right there.
I get my massage. I've already prepared what I'm gonna eat. More than likely, I've already ordered it. So when she leaves, she comes to my home. Yeah, I get home massage.
Oh my God.
So,
I need that. I need that number.
I can't wait to be
Yes.
fancy like that.
Right.
That's
Thanks.
awesome. It's amazing. So when I'm already home, so my environment is already created, candles are already going, incense is already going.
Come on,
So all
candles.
that's
Come
already
on,
done.
vibe.
So when she leaves, I just do my hygiene. I put on my PJs or shorts or whatever I want to,
Mhm.
and I just go get my tray. And you mentioned charcuterie boards. I like to make them,
charcuterie.
so I make my own, and then I
Mhm.
just sit down and I feast and pick my feet up, and that's my day.
Mm.
So also another thing that I do is if I'm not doing my self-care day in that capacity,
Mhm.
I will take a Thursday or a Friday just for me.
Just for you.
I'm not doing anything because I don't want to. So I'm not. And when you said about connections and letting someone know,
Yes.
I learned the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
So I notify my people in advance. Today is my day.
Mhm.
I'm not answering any phone calls. I'm not answering to any text messages. This is my day. When I come out of hibernation, I will let you know.
Right. And they have to respect that.
Correct.
Because that's
Absolutely.
your day, your feelings. They don't know how you're feeling internally.
Right.
So they can't tell you, well, oh, no, I need you right now. No,
Mhm.
Yes.
that can wait.
Yeah.
Well, even though this is my profession, I love what I do, but I can get overly stimulated.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
So I have to detach sometimes for the safety and the peace for me
Come on.
and your
to
mental.
rejuvenate
Yes,
myself.
Lord.
Yeah.
And it's good you had the boundaries.
Oh,
Talk
yes.
about those two.
Boundaries.
You have those boundaries in place. Don't call me. Don't text me. This is set aside just for me.
And you shouldn't feel guilty about
Oh,
it because self-care is love.
yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
It
Yes.
took a long time to get to that point of
Oh,
saying
yes.
that goes with saying no.
No.
Yes.
And
saying
but
no.
you know
your
what?
bound- yeah.
No is a sentence.
Come on.
And we see
Come
it.
on. And
It's
no.
a complete sentence.
It took a long time to get there, but we here.
Yes.
Good.
We here. Definitely.
So yeah, y'all hear that? No.
It's a
complete sentence.
complete
sentence.
Mhm.
It's okay. I know some of us have hard time saying no.
Well,
but
I
it's
did.
okay. Oh yeah.
yeah.
We all
Us too.
did. We
But
all
not
did.
anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not at all. Okay. Next question says, what treatments are available?
See, I did it.
I'm sorry.
It's
Wrong
sorry.
She
question.
was feeling good.
Yeah.
What changes can I make to improve my mental health?
Ooh. Well, number one,
Mhm.
I can't tell anybody what they should and should not do,
Mhm.
but I can make recommendations and suggestions.
Mhm.
The first thing we just got finished talking about, we're going to piggyback on it again, is self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care is very vital. It needs to be prioritized. I don't care if you don't give yourself a 15 minutes. I don't care if you have to pick up your phone and time yourself for 15 minutes. You deserve 15 minutes. You give everybody else 15 minutes.
Ooh,
15,
Jesus,
30,
sis.
45, an hour, hours, 2 hours a day.
Jesus.
What about you?
We just talked about
You
it
deserve
one
that
day.
too. And if you take that time, it doesn't mean you got to do anything. You can just sit, just be. And I know that's difficult for some of us who always are constant in
Oh
motion,
my God.
but you deserve that time as well.
Yes.
So
Yes, Lord.
prioritizing time for yourself to relax, to enjoy, just to be.
Ooh.
Even if that means you finna walk around in your neighborhood, or even if that means you choose to go on YouTube, find a stretch or a yoga routine to do, and if you don't even get it done, just lay on your mat. It's perfectly okay that you couldn't get it done because you probably needed to just lay down
for a minute.
And that's actually a position too. It's called dead corpse. But yes, that's okay to just lay there.
Yeah.
The other one is managing your stress.
Yeah.
And sometimes that involves what I do, because this is also another part to piggyback on what you asked me what I do. I do a lot of deep breathing now. What happens is when you do deep breathing, you're helping to reset your central nervous system. And which is something we don't consciously think about on a daily basis. But if you really allow yourself to be in that moment, when you take that deep breath in, you can feel it rising up within you. And when you release, you can feel, my goal is to always feel my shoulders drop.
Going down, yeah.
Because we don't realize we walk around like this. this.
Oh,
Tense stuff.
Can we do it now?
Carrying so much weight or something. Y'all, let's
Let's,
practice.
let's practice.
Let's do this deep
Let's do
breathing.
this deep breathing.
Come on, count us off.
Count us off, sis.
Coordinator.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by 3. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to count to 5. Then I'm going to ask you to hold it for a count of 3. Then I'm going to ask you to release on a count of 5 and just stay bottom for a count of 3. So let's go. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. 1, 2, 3. And sometimes I do that 2 to 3 to 4 times until I feel like I'm regulated.
You know what? That can help if you get upset.
Oh, yeah.
It does. That's a part of decreasing yourself when you're angry, and also a method to use with anxiety.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
For some of us
Yeah.
who may be hot heads and who may need to think about what we have to say
yes.
before we say it.
Take you some
Do
deep.
that, do this.
I'm a reformed
right here.
hothead. I'm a reformed hothead. So with that process, think, feel, and do last. Do not do, feel, and think last.
Ooh.
That's just my
Y'all
2
better
cents.
take. Y'all, I hope y'all got y'all notepads.
I hope y'all got y'all notepads,
Right.
y'all ink pens.
and writing this
Because listen,
down.
and we are going to drop her information in our description box. How you guys can get in touch with Miss Briley.
Yes.
If you need to reach out, you need 101s, whatever you need. We're gonna link all her information in the description box. Okay.
Ooh, and this only the beginning because we got
Yes,
some
it
more good
is.
stuff
Yes.
coming for y'all.
We
We're gonna
do.
have a double whammy
A double whammy.
coming soon.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say what's coming, but
Yeah.
it's coming.
It's coming.
The next tip is to piggyback on something we've already said as well. We are ahead of the game.
Look at that.
When boundaries.
Yeah.
You have to establish boundaries. And a lot of individuals think establishing boundaries is all about everybody else. You
Yeah.
have to establish
Come
them
on.
within yourself.
You
Come
do.
on.
I can't tell you to respect me if I don't respect you.
My God, come on now. Come on.
So you have to
Wow.
be consistent with
Feel
you
something.
first. And setting boundaries is about protecting your energy. It's about protecting your peace and your, once again, overall well-being.
Yeah.
But it also deals with your emotional well-being.
Mhm.
Because a lot of us, like you said, hotheads, I
Mhm.
reformed hothead, and I can hold myself accountable. I was awful. But with that being said, I learned how to think first, to feel second, and to do last.
Mhm.
But I also was able to incorporate all these other things in too to be able to de-escalate me.
Yeah.
But then I know there are some people who can't control their emotions.
Yeah.
Can't is a word of defeat.
That's
Ooh,
right. Come
yeah.
on, because
Come
we
on
don't
now.
speak
It's
that.
not that they can't control their emotions. They don't know how.
to.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
called emotional dysregulation.
Mm.
So I've worked with people who have that issue as well. And the last one is limit your exposure to negative influences,
Yes, Lord.
whether that's people, whether it's watching the news, whether you got people coming toting bones to you. Because my thing is, if they bringing you a bone, then you already knew you shouldn't have brought that to me. So you take it right on back where you get it from.
Please, because I didn't ask for the bone.
Then ask for
Right.
it. And we talked about them old negative
Negative
Nancy.
Yep.
Yes.
Negative Nancy, negative Greg, negative Ben, whatever,
And
whatever.
Bob and them.
Billy Bob and them.
Mm-hmm.
Get them negative.
Out your way, out
Get
your
them out of
circle.
your
They are
face.
not healthy
Yes.
for you. That's why we take on
Yes.
extra unnecessary
Stress.
stress. We don't need it.
No.
It's not necessary.
Mm-mm.
That's not necessary.
Yes.
Toxic relationships.
Yes.
Yes. Like,
All of
just
that goes
disconnect
together.
yourself
Mhm.
from that. Walk away. And
And
you
it's
don't even have to
okay.
explain yourself.
And
Just
if you lose,
Yes.
them as your friend, if they're not understanding of where you're coming from, they weren't meant to be in your circle
That's
anyway. They weren't really real friends anyway. They're supposed to be able to understand you,
Yes.
understand your boundaries,
That's right.
understand you as a person.
Yes.
And that's
Mhm.
and if they can't do that, let the girl say sorry for you.
But
You
we're
have to
all
go.
different. We're all authentic in our own ways.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if I'm telling you I can't respect your boundary, then I will never able to respect you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I didn't know you. I've been faking it the whole time. But who
Oh.
And again, no is a complete sentence.
Man, drop this mic.
But my final tidbit,
My God.
is practice gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that a lot. That's
Mm-mm.
also about being mindful as well,
Yeah.
being in the moment, practicing
Yes.
gratitude, being thankful,
Yes.
being grateful for the things you already have while you forward thinking about what you want to get. What about what you got now?
Come on.
Because if you don't value and take care of what you have now,
how you gonna appreciate
Appreciate-
what you got
Come
coming
on.
forward?
Because it's
Listen.
coming.
How?
But he ain't gonna give
You
it to
can't.
He
you.
ain't gonna give it to you because you
Because
ain't
you ain't
ready.
ready. You ain't ready. You not being grateful for where you at.
So how he gonna bless you with more?
Because
you gonna treat it the
he
same
can't
way that
trust
you're doing
you.
it right now.
he can't trust you with more because he see that you ain't appreciating where you at.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys appreciate where you are, because what we say, where you are is where you're meant
It's
to
supposed to
be.
be.
Yes.
And you learn from where you are.
Mhm.
Oh, God,
Embrace
y'all.
the moment.
Embrace the moment.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Lord.
Embrace.
Oh.
I'm a hush. I'm
Jeez
ready.
Louise. Okay.
I'm ready.
So how do I talk about my mental health difficulties? Like, what's the starter point? How do I start? You know, it's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be, especially when there's still a stigma in society on mental health.
My God.
People like to say mental health. Some people say mental illness, but a lot of people don't like to use illness because it makes you feel like something's wrong with
yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's the wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, talking about mental health can be challenging, just like you said,
Mm-hmm.
but it's an important step to release the stigma from what mental health is.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing is what we just talked about: find you a safe person.
Mm-hmm.
But choose the right person. I should word it that way. Choose the right person to share you with.
That's right.
Because you don't want your business out there in the streets.
Mm-mm.
And you don't want that individual to be throwing things back up in your face. Because if your mental health is already being challenged, or if you're already feeling weak and you go give your data to someone else and they mistreat it.
My God. Mm-hmm.
So first thing is choose the right person.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing is, which we don't think about, is picking the right time and place.
My God, y'all. Listen, she all in our business.
All in our business.
Listen, y'all, this is disclaimer.
We haven't talked about none of this.
We haven't talked about none of this. This is live. And our sister is hitting on things that we have already discussed. And
They have no clue.
She have no clue. Y'all, this ain't nobody but Big G.
Of course.
Baby, I'm stuck.
It's called divine intervention.
Mm-hmm. Continue, sister.
So pick the right time and place. What I mean when I say that is, we don't need to be out in the gym and we on the treadmill. And I'm like, oh, sis, I need to tell you, today I really think that I'm depressed and I need to go talk to somebody. Let me tell you where all this is coming from. And you're like, oh, okay.
Right.
I mean, so how you haven't heard anything that I've said.
No, because this treadmill has my mind.
Or we at a social gathering.
Oh, no.
For work.
Definitely not.
I pull you to the side, or better yet, you see that I'm not looking like myself. And you're like, hey, sis, what's going on? And I just diarrhea of the mouth.
Yeah.
You can't receive that in that setting, in that environment.
Or I break down and start crying.
Correct.
And now we have to gather us up.
Yes.
And
it causes scenes and putting, like you said, putting people in your business. You may not be around in the right setting.
Too much stimuli.
Too much. Oh my God.
So the third thing is be honest and direct.
That's right.
We don't need to be doing all this pussyfooting around, tipping toeing.
Right.
I need to be mindful of how they may see it. Well, if that's your safe person, then it shouldn't matter how mindful they see it. You should be able to tell them. That's why you can select your safe person. Your safe person don't just arrive. You pick who that is, because all these things are very important. Be honest and direct about your feelings and what you're experiencing. Because how can I truly be authentically there for you if you're not being direct and honest?
Authentically?
Okay.
Can't we talk?
The other one is, and the final one is, describe your symptoms. You can't just walk up to somebody. Well, you can, but if I just come to you and say, oh, I just feel tired all the time. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
What
How
can
can you receive
I
that?
can't
What do you
receive
know
it.
what
I
to
don't
say?
know what to say.
Yeah.
So was I being direct?
No.
Was I sharing my experience?
It was almost like you beating around the
Bush.
bushes, like you
you want me to
somebody
ask you,
to
well,
ask.
what's wrong? What's
Yeah.
going on with you?
like you looking for sympathy,
Yeah.
or you know what I'm saying. You want
Correct.
somebody to.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
better yet, I need to say, even if I don't use the words depressed, and I'm still talking about how I'm tired, I feel tired all the time, but I have this heavy load on my shoulders, and it feels like this dark cloud is following me wherever I go, and I cannot shake it.
My God.
But I needed to tell somebody because I don't know what my next step is going to be.
Ooh.
That's being direct,
Yes.
and that's sharing my experience.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
a lot of sense.
A lot of sense.
Also tell what your symptoms are, which is what I just did when I talked about the heaviness, when I talked about the dark cloud. Transparency. I know how that feels.
Mhm.
The first round of depression that I experienced, and this is my profession, but I was like, heck no, like depression.
Yeah.
No. Was when I got into a bad car accident. And I fractured my right ankle. I split the outer, so I have a plate and screws, and I crushed the inner, so I have 2 big screws, and it's semi-fused. So dorsal plantar flexion, my ankle do this. So my toes don't bend, and the only one separate is the little one and the big one. And so it hurts to walk because when you walk, you're supposed to
Go
roll.
down.
I walk and I plant, but because my toes don't bend, they hurt all the time. And this one rolls over, the big one. So I'm walking on the side of my toe. Well, nobody knows this because I had to teach myself how to walk again and do it in a way where to go against what the doctors told me I could not do.
Come on now.
They told me I would never walk right again without a cane, and they said I would never drive again. Well, I'm doing all those things. But because of what was planted into my already loose ground,
Come on now.
y'all better do it.
Come on now. Come on.
So what was already planted in my loose ground, I bought that. I believed what he said. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm never going to walk right again. I'm always going to use a cane. I'm never going to be able to drive. Well, my sense of independence is going to be gone. And I'm in my head. I'm already a thinker. So I'm already in my head. And I believed him. So I wasn't doing physical therapy. I wasn't getting up. I wasn't making laps in the house. Until one day, Big G said, I need to get out of the bed.
Come on.
He said, you need to get out that bed. You need to use them crutches and you need to start walking down this hallway. And I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. Them people said I can't walk.
Get up out of that grave. Get up. That's it. Get up out of that grave.
That's it.
But with that being said, the song that got me through, the CDs that got me through was Mary Mary. I played them every day and made laps down that hallway. That was my first experience with depression. He brought me out of that. The second one was when I lost my grandmother. I truly thought I was gone.
My God.
That was my heart. That was my soul. That was my other being, But my grandmother had a way that I wouldn't have to tell her everything, but it's like she always knew.
She already knew.
And she had a way of always turning it around.
Yeah.
Well, there has been no one to be able to feel that. So I knew in myself that it was over. Nope, I wasn't on the verge of wanting to take my life. I wasn't in the process of wanting to self-harm, but I know I was in a dark place. And when I say dark place, the way I'm going to describe it, I felt like I was in quicksand. And I was slowly sinking to a degree that people couldn't see it. But I was slowly sinking, and everybody that I cared about was surrounding this quicksand pit, and everybody was living their lives. That's one of my analogies. The other one was feeling like I was in a hole. And I can look up and see the opening, but it's cold, it's damp, and it's dark. And every single time I try to climb my way up, I slide down.
Jesus Christ.
If I can overcome, you can overcome.
Yes.
Can is a word of power.
That's right. I can.
Is a word of defeat. The other thing is express your needs. Clearly communicate. And I thank you guys for listening to that. Clearly communicate and identify what you need.
That's right.
Remember when you was asking me about what I do, and I told you that I would tell my people up front, not answering a text message, phone call.
Mhm.
Identify what you need. I don't need to talk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Or I do need you to be here,
Mhm.
but I need your presence here.
But
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 I
I
don't
need
wanna
that
say
mouth
that.
closed.
Yeah.
That's right.
say what you need. A
Mhm.
lot of the times we can't get our needs met is because we don't let people know.
Mhm.
We can't assume
Come on.
that people will understand or can read our minds.
Come on now.
Sometimes
don't get what now?
Don't get
fed.
fed. on
And
this good
sometimes my relationship with my best friend, 25 years, we're still learning stuff about each
word.
other.
Mhm.
So I can't automatically assume that I know what she's thinking and what she's feeling.
Yeah.
I have to ask.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She has to share.
So
But she
good.
also has to be in a position to be willing
come on
to share.
Come on.
She has to have moved to that point. I
Mhm.
can't make her do anything.
That's right.
So the next thing is our beautiful thing. You still got to set boundaries.
Got to.
Let the other person know if there are certain topics you are willing to explore and topics you're not willing to explore, because some things may be deep rooted for others than it is for some.
Yeah.
I just talked about something that may be so detrimental for anybody else to even bring up, but that's my level of comfort.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I need to know what yours is.
Mhm.
So let me know,
Right.
because I can't assume and step on your toes.
That's
Right.
Mm.
And be patient and understanding.
Ooh. That big P.
Yeah, that one.
That
That was a
word
little
right there.
rough. That one's a little rough.
Patience.
That word patience.
You have to know that other people may need time to process.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
can't process as quickly as overthinkers,
Yeah.
because we hear stuff. We don't hear to respond. We hear to listen and to understand. Other individuals listen to respond. But if you're listening to respond because you're on the defensive edge,
Mhm.
you don't miss everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It just
Went over your head.
Correct. So why would I talk to you?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, final thing. But remember that it's okay to talk about mental health difficulties.
Yeah.
Sharing your experiences, which is what I just shared, 2 of mine with you guys, that helps break the stigma.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I'm gonna be quiet.
Come on. Come on. We got what we y'all.
This right here.
This right here just got me where I'm just I don't even know. I can't find a word to say, but I'm just so
Thankful.
Thankful. I'm so thankful. Just
Yeah.
thankful. So one last question, sis.
Okay.
What could I say to someone who is feeling low right now?
Oh. Just playing. What you can say is, that's always kind of touch and go, because oftentimes it's about knowing who that person is, but sometimes it can be as simple as a colleague, a coworker, or whichever term you choose to use, and you know that they're not on their game. You guys may not talk on a consistent daily basis, but you can tell the body language, the energy is off, and that person may be low. So you're basically asking me, how would I be able to say something to that individual?
Yeah.
But first of all, you need to display empathy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be supportive.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to try to be self-assuring or understanding.
Yeah.
Of, you ain't even got to say, I see that. You can just be like, you know what? You look a little off today.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean force yourself on them.
Yes.
Tell me what's going on.
No,
What's
no,
wrong
no.
with
You just reassure them
Right.
your place in their life.
Right.
Just their face.
Correct.
Yep.
So I'm going to be over here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need me,
I'm over here.
I'm over here.
Mm-hmm. And it may be the fact that the need that they have at that point, they want to talk but don't know how to talk, because they're concerned about what your projections are going to be.
You gonna judge them.
But that doesn't mean they may not want to have lunch with you.
Yeah.
And had that one-on-one
Mm-hmm.
out of that atmosphere where you
Mm-hmm.
are, if you guys are all co-workers.
Or even bring you a cup of coffee. That's a thank you gesture. They may not even be able to use those words. Because what you did is you created space.
That's right.
And you let them know you were willing to hold it for them.
That's right.
Ooh,
That's very vital.
Very.
So with that, expressing empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some little scenarios for you.
Okay.
So the first one is expressing empathy. I'm feeling sorry. I'm sorry that you're feeling this way. It must really be tough. That's the empathy piece.
Mhm.
Because now I'm allowing myself, or should I say, giving myself permission to be in your spot.
That's it.
The second one is offer validation. It's okay to feel down sometimes. Your feelings are valid, and it's important to acknowledge them. But so you also got to acknowledge self-wise too. It ain't just everybody else on the outside need to acknowledge. You need to acknowledge this.
Right.
Listen.
Mhm.
We just got finished talking about that. A lot of people listen to respond. They don't listen to understand. Listen. I'm here to listen if you need me, if you want me. That's important because sometimes just hearing those words can be soothing.
Oh yeah.
Because at that point, someone just felt like that they were on this island of Patmos by themselves.
And here you are.
Offering assurance and validation. Encourage expression of feelings. It's okay to let it out. If you need to cry, if you need to vent, if you need to talk, cuss, scream, yell, go for it. Say whatever it is on your mind. I'm here to listen. Reassure them you're not alone in this. Now, I may not be walking your journey, but that doesn't mean you're alone. I may not understand it to its degree in its entirety, but that doesn't mean that there are aspects of that I have not experienced.
Right.
Offer support. Is there anything I can do? Can I help you with anything? Just let me know. Whether it's just me being here, like I was saying, holding space, not talking, or just letting you know, hey, I'm one phone call away. I'm one text away. Just let me know. And a lot of people have been burnt. I'll put that out there. A lot of people have been burnt by individuals who've told them, I got your back.
Right.
I'll be there for you. And when that moment came,
nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
That hit different.
Oh, and
That hit in a different place.
isn't it something when when it's someone that you felt like you could trust and they just violate that trust, and they violate that trust by not being there, that hurts,
Remind them of their strengths. Remind them you've been there. You've been there long enough to know to say something positive. I've seen you in rough spaces in this. You've always figured out a way to roll up your sleeves and come back.
I know you're gonna overcome this.
Right.
Because you've done it before.
Right.
Yes.
And now I'm going to tell you what you've done before.
Yeah.
Don't just come to me and say that you strong.
Uh-huh.
You got this. You are always a problem solver. Yes. Give me examples of what I've done, because I may not be able to acknowledge that in that space that I'm in that lowness.
Repaint it.
Yes. Repaint the picture. Remind them. But that also encouraging them can remind you too.
Yeah.
Because we are energy.
That's right.
And we do pull off of each other.
Come on.
We do.
The other one is offer hope. Things may feel different right now, but believe in you because I do. Simple. Hang in there. You want me to hang upside down with you like a monkey?
Come on.
You know the little monkey ring?
Yeah. There you go.
I'll be there with you until the blood starts rushing in.
Yeah. Get on up in.
And the last one is, if it gets to that point and you've exhausted every single thing we've talked about in this time frame, in this hour, help them get help.
Yeah. Yes.
Guide them to some professional help. And let them know you'll be there the whole way.
Yeah. Y'all, this right here is sitting on my soul and my spirit.
Listen,
like I feel like this was definitely another therapy session.
Most definitely.
Like this was a good one, much needed, because we take on so much daily to the point that it's good to hear these words of encouragement. She wasn't necessarily saying it to me.
Right.
But she was saying it to me.
Right.
And that's how I took it. That's how I received it. And it was very, very good for me on tonight.
Oh, yes. Definitely blessed my soul.
Yes.
I'm glad.
Definitely blessed my soul. And just, you never know what a person needs to hear. Words are very powerful. As Miss Antoinette said, that your words are very powerful, and we speak those affirmations on the podcast, and this is why we do that. It's because you are what you say you are. You become what you say, what you speak. You become those things, and you manifest those things that you speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do. And I listen, y'all. This right here, I am so for. It done took my words, y'all. I don't even know what to say at this point. It's like, Miss Antoinette, how can the viewers, the people, how can they connect with you?
Y'all don't want to connect with me. Stop playing
I
games.
believe they do.
I believe they do. I believe they do.
Okay.
How
Well,
can I connect with you?
I'm actually partnered with Rula, and it's rula.com.
Mhm.
And that's their webpage. And on the webpage, there's a section about seeking a provider. You put in the state of Georgia. How you spell my name. My mom was unique.
All right.
I have two N's. So it's
Mhm.
Anntoinette. I know. Child had to learn how to spell that. Last name is Briley, Briley. A lot of times, if you go on the website and you plug my name in, you will automatically be scheduled with me. Or if you choose not to do that route, the number is at the bottom of the webpage, and you can call in and just give them my name, and they'll make sure that you're scheduled an appointment with me if that's what you want. So the number is 323-205-7088. That's 323-205-7088. There are other sites where my profile is at. If you want to go look on Zocdoc, Zocdoc. I'm also on Psychology Today and another site that's called Good Therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, what I say?
That's enough hours. Go ahead, go to sleep.
Just go
Tonight.
sleep tonight.
And pray and thank Big G and go to bed. That's what it's feeling like right now.
And Miss Antoinette, we thank you so
So
much.
much.
My beautiful sister, we appreciate you for coming to bless the people.
With the most beautiful soul.
Beautiful soul. Y'all, when I tell you the most beautiful soul, beautiful smile, she's so sweet. She is such a sweet spirit. Her presence,
a jewel.
Her presence speaks for itself, y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It really does. Like, they say, when a person walk in the room, she is
like this.
This
which I see right here is what you see. Like this is her all the time. So just imagine that we get this good old privilege of having her as a sister and just somebody that we can hold on and embrace all the time. So absolutely. we know that she's coming back.
Oh yeah.
Yes. She's coming back. So just get prepared, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
For the next time that she's coming, it's gonna be sooner than later.
So
just brace yourself. And we just thank y'all so much for tuning in with us tonight. We thank y'all for just subscribing and like, and make sure you do that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for staying this time. I know sometimes it get a little lengthy, but we be having some stuff to say.
Exactly.
But we just want to thank y'all for being so patient and being here with us. And we're gonna say, you can I?
Sure. Okay.
Affirmation.
I have it for you.
Okay.
You are whole.
You are whole.
You are conscious.
You are conscious.
You are aware.
You are aware.
You are worthy.
You are worthy.
And you are capable.
And you are capable. And always be your true and authentic self.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all. So thank y'all so much, so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, sis. We love you so much. And y'all, we will see y'all on the next episode of the Listen Sis, your favorite podcast. Bye.